work for them. No, this is mine. But the fact that it is mine is because of the legacy of my father and grandfather, because they're the ones that started my practice. They funded it because the banks wouldn't give me the money. So I was able to go home to Louisiana, Bogalusa, Louisiana, and my daddy walked me into the bank and co-signed me a loan to get my practice. And that was legacy right there.
And look at that, because how many parents can do that? Can help pave that way, and someone paved that way or made a way for your dad to be in that position to do that.
And
as
the
well.
sacrifices, because my grandfather's father was a farmer, and pretty much all of his children, my grandparents and all my great uncles, all went to college. Most of them, well, about half of them went into the funeral home businesses, and one of them was a biochemist. He's the reason why I went to Talladega College. He was a biochemist at Stanford. His best friend was the dean of science at Talladega, and that's how I ended up going to Talladega. So, but they don't tell that history. They only want to tell, gangsters and hip hop and athletes. But, they don't want to tell that part of history. Mm-hmm. And that's the history we need to know and pass down to our children, especially this generation. They are so far removed from that part of history, and they need to understand so they can understand the complexities of the society they're actually about to enter. And actually, they're actually showing now more people are sending their black children back to HBCUs so they can get their history.
What's interesting is I love the interaction from our callers when they call the radio station or email or send through a text. This is a listener who is back here visiting family, originally from Dayton, loving the story, loving the show, and wants to know your history. Could you please ask her to share her history? So they're not familiar with how you got started. So if you want to give us, I guess they want to know back, how did it start for you? You mentioned about your dad co-signing for you, which is wonderful, to get the loan for your practice, and go from there.